Video number 2 of building the San Juan Dory by David Roberts. In the first video I showed the plans pinned up to the board and also the lofting plans. Of course I've gone quite a bit further with taking some videos, but I think this is a good spot to show you how it goes on the strong back and also how the frames look together, pretty much faired up, ready for the planking. I don't see too many videos on this boat, so I thought this might be helpful for anybody that's putting this together. I've built it out of white oak, which is not spec'd, but more common in the Northeast. David would prefer, and in the specs for the boat, that you use Douglas fir or mahogany for the boat. It does not like to see the white oak because of the oil, I believe, that can interfere with the epoxy when you're putting it together. So you can see one of the things I had difficulty with was building the bow. The stem of the boat was actually sort of double the thickness of what you see here, but when I went and faired it, it made a lot thinner. I actually might put another piece of white oak on the inside of that stem so that stiffens it up a little bit more. All in all, it went together pretty well. I'm happy about it. You'll see the 2x4s I put together. I've shown it with the levels. On the lofting plans, I put together a level line across the whole boat, which is how I set up the height for all of the frames. I actually put those all on the lofting plan, like I said, with the line in the exact same spot, so that when I put the boat up on the strong back, I could use the level and sight it all the way across, which seemed to work fairly well. The only thing that I will say, that a few mistakes you go along here and there, but one of the things I wish was a little bit better is when I faired it up on the chine, I took a little bit more material than I really should have. I got it back where I think I'm going to be in a good shape, but it would be nice to see that put together a little bit thicker. The other part of the boat is on the stern, where he's spec'd to put together this really nice engine well, which also acts as the strength for the stern of the boat. Really makes a rigid back piece to it, and it allows you to use 3/8" plywood on the stern. Then of course that piece where the motor would be mounted can either be built with solid lumber glued up. I actually used 2 pieces of 1/2" plywood to be able to make that thickness. Over on the lofting plans, I built an extra frame by mistake, but allows me to show you how the construction of the boat goes together. So you build it right on these Mylar lofting plans, and then you're able to build the gussets as I've done so. The gusset measurements I measured right off of the scale drawing, so they might be a little bit different than what you're used to. The next and last thing I'll do on the plans, or the lofting plans, is to be able to make the stern for the back of the boat so that I can get the profile and the cut right. Of course, a combination of putting it on the back of the boat and also using the lofting plans will get me to where I need to be. So excited about it. I think we're doing pretty well. Getting excited for plywood to be able to start putting that together, and I'll take a video of that next as we go along. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed.